What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Slackerz, and yes, the Yay or Nay stats are back. So let's jump into it, shall we? So, yep, sticking with the 6-character format, here are your top 6 characters. I don't believe any of the actual characters changed, positions too much. But Crash is still number 1. He's up to 81.6. Actually, Crash fell 0.1%. Last time we seen he was at 81.7. Now he's at 81.6. Eggman moved up in percentage points very slightly. Tails, unfortunately, fell below 80%. Last time we seen him, he was at exactly 80%. But Tails had 3 votes since we last seen him. He had 2 yeses and 1 unsure. And that unsure knocked him below 80%, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Rayman moving up a little bit. He's up to 79.1. So Rayman trying to get up towards that 80% mark. And then Scorpion in 5th place with 78.9%. And Sub-Zero right behind him with 77.7%. Yeah, Sub-Zero very slowly is falling percentage-wise, but he only has 81 total votes. So, yeah, like 1 or 2 nays can really knock him down quite a bit. But there's your top 6. Moving to the next round here. We got 7 through 12. We got Master Chief, Bomberman, Nightmare, Shantae, Heavy Weapons Guy, and Ratchet and Clank. So, here's the big deal. Master Chief stayed in 7th. He moved up in percentage points a bit. Bomberman, I think, had, 2 votes? Yeah, only 2 votes in the 2 weeks since we last seen him. But he's up to 77% flat. Nightmare moved up to 76.2%. Shantae actually fell very slightly, so she's down to 75.8%. We got Heavy Weapons Guy, who I think stayed exactly the same. He's at 74.7. Although maybe he might have rose a tiny bit, but placement-wise he didn't go anywhere. But percentage-wise he might have rose just a tiny bit. And then Ratchet and Clank actually moved into 12th spot. They had, I believe, 3 votes this week, and all 3 of them, 3 votes for the last 2 weeks, but they were all yeses or yays. So they moved up to 73.7%. So yeah, they're sitting in 12th, which is not bad. That means we move on to the next round, which is 13 through 18. Spyro, Shadow, King Boo, Sora, Bandana Waddle Dee, and Sol Bad Guy. So Spyro drops out of the top 12. But Spyro did move up percentage-wise. He was at 73.3 last we seen him. Now he's at 73.6. Shadow moved up a little bit. He's at 72.6. King Boo fell slightly. He's at 71% flat. Sora's at 69.8. Trying to get back to that 70% mark. Slowly crawling and scratching there. And, yeah, and then Bandana Waddle Dee right behind him with 69.4. And Sol Bad Guy rounds out the top 18 with a 68.8. Sol Bad Guy, I think, had 2 votes, and they were both yeses. It was either 2 or 3 votes. He had all yeses from the last time we seen him, so he's going in the right direction. But that leads us to the next group, 19 through 24. Leon Kennedy, Ryu Hayabusa, Amaterasu, the Knight from Hollow Knight, Kratos, and Waluigi. So Leon Kennedy, percentage-wise, is actually tied with Sol Bad Guy for 18th place. So, yeah, they both have 68.8% there. Right behind them is Ryu Hayabusa with 68.3%. Amaterasu moved up percentage points. She's now up to 67.4. And then right behind her, we got the Knight from I almost said Shovel Knight. The Knight from Hollow Knight. There we go. 67.2. Kratos moved up a little bit. Had 2 votes total. Both of them were yeses. Up to 66.9%. And Waluigi comes in at number 24. Wally had 3 votes. 2 or 3 votes, and they were all yeses. So he's up to 65.4. So there's your top 24, which moves us to the next group, which is 25 through 30. Akira Howard, the 4 champions, Chun-Li, Dante, Agumon, and Phoenix Wright. Akira Howard actually is also tied with Waluigi for 24th place with 65.4%. Akira only had, I believe, 1 vote. It was a yes. 4 champions had 1 vote. It was a no, so they fell slightly. They're at 65%. Then we got Chun-Li, who actually had 2 votes. 1 no and 1 unsure, so she's up to 12 unsures. She now has the most number of unsures out of all characters. Really? Chun-Li has the most number of unsures? Okay. I find that tiny bit baffling, but my opinion is not the only one that matters, right? But yeah, so Chun-Li's at 64.8. Tied with her is Dante with 64.8. Then Agumon is at 64.1. I believe Agumon had, I want to say, 2 votes, and they were both yeses. And then Phoenix Wright had 2 votes, and they were both yeses as well. So he moved up to 63.4%. So pretty good for him. Next group, we got 31 through 36, where it starts with Lara Croft, Doomslayer, moves to Lloyd Irving, Dixie Kong, Lana, and Captain Toad for your top 36. Look at it. We still haven't seen. There's 4 characters that are going to debut for these stats, and we still haven't seen any of them. Yeah, that kind of gives you an idea of maybe how they perform. But maybe we see one of them next group. But either way, Lara Croft fell percentage-wise. She's down to 62.3. Doomslayer moved up to 61%, so good for him. Lloyd Irving, I believe, fell very slightly, but he's at 59%. Dixie Kong went up very slightly. She's up to 56.8. Then we have Lana, who moved up in percentage points. She's up to 55.8. And then Captain Toad, who had 2 votes, 1 yes, 1 no, fell very, very slightly. He fell 0.1%, so he's down to 55.4. Which brings us to the next group. There we go. We finally get to see one of the 4 characters. There you go, Rillaboom. So, of course, the rest of them, Porky Minch, 37, Gordon Freeman, 38, Pea Shooter, 40, Yuri Lowell, 41, and Paper Mario, 42. But we'll just focus on Rillaboom here, who starts off with 94 total votes. 50 of those were actually yeses. And then 36 no's, 8 unsures. And Rillaboom starts with a 53.1. He's above 50%. I'll be honest, I was very surprised when I tallied up these votes. A lot of people were actually on board for another Pokemon, but a grass starter. So that was a very common thing amongst a lot of people. Yeah, grass starter would be great. So I guess that's the only reason they gave him a A. But either way, Rillaboom, decent stats, 53.1%, not bad. Then, of course, the rest of them, you can see any noteworthy ones, not really. Porky Minch, 2 votes. It was a 1 yes, 1 no. Gordon Freeman had, I want to say 1 or 2 votes, and it definitely had 1 no for sure. Maybe 1 yay, I don't remember. Otherwise, Pea Shooter had 1 vote, that was a yes. Yuri Lowell, 1 vote, that was a no, or an unsure. No or unsure for him. And then Paper Mario, actually no votes for Paper Mario, so there's your note on him. Next group, we got 43 through 48. And there you go. Okay, we got another character finally. We got one of the other ones. We got Nahobino. I still don't know how to properly pronounce it, but the upcoming Shin Megami Tensei 5, I guess, protagonist. So there's a lot of comments on the video. Not a lot of votes though, but a lot of comments. There was like 2.5 times the comments. I mean, there's a lot of conversations that was going on, so that's completely fine. But we'll pick apart their stats here. 90 total votes, 41 yeses, 47 no's, 2 unsures, and Hobino comes in with a 45.5%, so under 50%. There's definitely people that said they would love to see a Shin Megami Tensei Shin Megami rep regardless, so definitely some yays, but yeah, overall more people decided no. There was no attachment. People didn't know who she was, even though it's a he, but yeah, there you go, 45.5. Any other notes? Not really. 2B, no votes. Gino, 1 vote, it was an unsure. Pyramid Head had 2 votes, they were both yeses. Chosen Undead, I think, had 1 vote, it was a yes. Maybe 2 votes, and they were both yeses. Tracer, 1 vote, and it was a no, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's it. That's it for that group, so moves to the next one. And there's the final 2 characters, Commander Shepard and Frisk. So we'll start with Frisk, because her video came out first. So she had 88 total votes, only 24 yeses, 59 no's, 5 unsures, and Frisk starts, unfortunately, with a 27.2. Just a lot of people that did not like the character in general, from the ones that gave a reason. It was just, no, don't like the character, don't know how they would work, no. So, yeah, kind of reflects in the stats. And then Commander Shepard, by far I would say, the lowest amount of total votes for a character for their first week, which is only 52 votes, 18 yeses, only 27 no's, 7 unsure's. But Commander Shepard even has a higher percentage than Frisk at 34.6. So, other notes, Freddy Fazbear moved slightly up. Cinderace moved slightly down in percentage points. Pauline fell in percentage points. Monster Hunter, I think, rose very slightly in percentage points as well. And then that only leaves the bottom two, which is Jonesy and Crewmate, as always. Jonesy, percentage-wise, I think went down slightly. And Crewmate, I believe, actually went up. Last we seen, he was at 21%. Well, now they're at 21.2. That is it for the stats this week. Don't forget, there was a new character earlier today. Go vote in that video. Should be on screen now. Just go ahead and click it and go drop your vote in that one. Either way, that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.